Hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel after a short break in February. Had quite a lot of restoration work to do in during the last month, so it sort of kept me preoccupied. Had a few razors to restore, a nice 7-day set which is now on its way to Connecticut. So I'll do a nice classic razor this morning. And the soap I'm using today is a highly recommended Pro Raso. It's really rich and creamy. For delicate dry skin like mine. Right, so this one is a classic original case. From what I can see, this is the original case, a guarantee, which I think is the French word for guarantee, obviously. A nice sturdy, really well made handle. It's got LYRE or LYRE and SWORD. This is a new phone, by the way, so the picture should be a lot clearer. You can see the etching there. LYRE and SWORD. It's plain on the other side. I've polished this with a 025 diamond paste, and it's polished up really nicely. But this the handle is really nice and chunky in your hand, feels really good. And the LYRE or LYRE and SWORD actually is another word for patriotic poetry. By Theodore Cloner, apparently. I'll just put some tissue down on to wipe the blade. Today I'm going to do 2 passes, and the reason for that is to show say newcomers to straight razors, when you do your first pass, to save irritation on your skin. You just pass over your skin once. I know it's tempting to go and do like 2 or 3 passes like you do with a safety razor, but with a straight razor, you know, you only need to do 1, but short, like that. There's minimal skin irritation, and it comes off perfectly fine. You know, there's no problem. You can see there the whiskers. This is about a week's growth. The second pass is really just for tidying up. So if your blade's sharp and it's doing its job properly, it'll just take your whiskers off in one. It's gone, you know. there's no need to keep repeating it like you do with a safety razor, you know. For this shave test, I'm leaving the goatee. Because under here, under these whiskers, there's a couple of blemishes, and if I shave them, it'll just open up the blemishes again. So I'll leave them for a few days before I go into that. What I'm doing here, by the way, out of view, is instead of wiping it on your flannel and getting your whiskers all over your flannel, because I always use the hot flannel technique to soften the beard. You just get some toilet paper and put it over your towel, and then wipe your whiskers onto the paper towel. A lot easier. Now, one thing I noticed after the first shave with this Pro Raso white is that it's so intense with the moisturiser. They must put glycerine or something in it. You don't actually need to moisturise the skin afterwards. And my skin is really quite dry. Just move my tash out of the way. My tash is getting quite long now, so sort of a bit awkward. Doable, but a little bit awkward, shall we say. So that's the first pass out of the way. So I'm going to give it the hot towel treatment soften the skin again. So the reason why I'm showing this is for like I say, newbies, people who are not quite used to shaving with a straight. The first pass, use short single stroke to get rid of the majority of your beard, and then the second pass use longer strokes, smoother strokes, and then the difference is really noticeable. So I'm just going to disappear for a second or two while I apply this hot flannel. You get it as hot as you can stand it. But basically you just get your flannel and just hold it onto your face like that. Like if you've ever been to a proper barber, traditional barbers, they use the hot flannel treatment and it really works. So let's just lather up for the second pass. Already I can feel the difference, you know. So this is second pass. So instead of starting down here, oh, there you go, a brush. Nice long sweeps. Stretch your skin using your facial muscles. Using your facial muscles. Completely smooth that now. And also with the second pass you go against the grain. First pass with the grain, and second pass against the grain. You notice I'm stretching the skin here with my thumb. Or any part of your spare hand. And what you're doing is you're making the surface area flat. For people like myself who've got quite a fleshy face, and don't say fat, just fleshy. You notice I don't keep repeating it, it's just one stroke. This causes less irritation to your skin. Here we go. This brush is a bit lively this morning, it's jumping all over the bloody place. Again, we're going against the grain. Nice and easy. I'm going up here. And just in one stroke against the grain. And if your razor's really sharp, it'll take that off without a problem. A few of you have noticed that I only use my right hand. I've never been able to get the hang of using my left hand for shaving with a straight for some reason. I've never been able to quite manage it. And so that's the second pass. And what I like to do is the what I call the barber's wand. Using the residual soap on your face and just the water, you sort of touch up what you can feel you might have missed. Just to give a sort of final edge to your shave. You can just feel it with the soapy water. I've seen Turkish barbers doing this. And there's a sort of, what I can best describe, there's a buffing technique. It sort of highlights the little spots that you've missed. You sort of buffer it, like polishing it, while you're pulling the skin side. Again, I was pulling the skin with my left hand and then stretching it with the jaw muscles. There you go. And then once I've applied some aftershave, if you want to get rid of the shininess on the fresh shave, just put a bit of talc on your left hand, pat it in. I know it sounds a bit feminine, but it works. Just put a bit of talc onto your face, and then with your dry brush, once you've got rid of all the soap and everything, just with the dry brush, just polish it in, get rid of all the excess, and you're left with a lovely matte finish. Works, honestly. Okay, well, thanks very much for watching, and I'll probably catch up with you over the weekend. Thank you for watching. Thank you, bye.